copy 2 of your textbooks, that would be great. Jack, can you put your phone away, please, and get your textbooks out?
I don't have many today.
Jack, put your phone away. What's the problem?
I don't have my books today.
Here, I've got a spare one for you for today. We're doing exercise 14, so just from the same thing from last week. Continuing on. Can anyone tell me what x equals? Who's up to that part?
Why does it
Great.
even matter?
Jack, put your phone away and start the work. Have you got your textbook?
No, I don't.
Can someone share with Jack? Jess, could you share with Jack?
Yeah, of course. We're covering this now today in class.
I don't see how the supplies went.
Jack, how are you going? You need to put your phone away, Jack.
Why? I'm not even doing the work. It doesn't matter.
That's the problem. You need to be doing the work. Now put your phone away and concentrate on exercise 14.
Miss, that's distracting me. Please don't touch my laptop.
Jack, you need to stop what you're doing, stop interfering with people and concentrate on doing schoolwork. Exercise 14.
I don't get it.
Well, maybe we can talk about that later. Just do your best.
I don't have a pen either.
Has anyone got some equipment they can give to Jack?
Miss, I don't like to give Jack my stuff because it always breaks, so I never get it back.
Yeah, use this. This is his best set.
It's really hard to pay attention when he's constantly pulling his phone out and holding the thing.
Is that Jack right there?
I think it's a bit common. I'm a bit scared because I don't want him to
Got it right.
I know.
Oh, hi Jess, come on in.
Hi Miss, how are you?
Good. Do you have a moment? Sure.
So I just wanted to speak to you about Jack. So today at lunchtime, just while I was walking back to class, just passing the quad, I noticed that Jack was sitting there and he was actually smoking.
Are you sure it was Jack?
Yeah, it was definitely him. Yeah.
And when was this, recess or lunch?
It was lunchtime. Yeah, so just kind of right towards the end.
So, have you seen this before?
No, I haven't. I have seen him sit in this area before, but I've never actually seen smoke there until today.
Oh, okay.
So I just thought it was a bit odd.
Yeah.
I should probably report it to you, but
Yeah.
yeah. Please don't tell Jack that I came in.
No, I appreciate you letting me know because he definitely shouldn't be smoking. So I'll have a chat to him and find out what's happening. But yeah, thank you for letting me
No
know.
worries. Okay. Thanks, Miss.
Thank you.
Just ask how you're finding Jack in your class. Have you got any problems at all with him at the moment? Yeah, he's quite disruptive in my class actually. Yeah.
Could you bring that up? It's a handful at the moment.
Yeah.
His attitude and his behaviour is just out of hand.
It's very hard to get him settled. I've noticed it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it's just kind of escalating and something's happened, but I'm not sure what could the problem be.
Definitely heightened. So
Yeah.
what do you suggest we do?
Well, we could probably speak to the parents and get a bit of background information to see how he's going at home, maybe, or
Yeah. Well, maybe I might just have a chat with him outside of class one lunchtime and just see if he'll
give me an idea of what's happening, and then we can work out how to support him better. And then if we still have questions, we can go to his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, would that be okay?
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try and get as much as I can from the classes that I have in next and see if I can.
Yeah, it's just unusual. Like it's just happening and doesn't seem to be. I'm finding it. I'm struggling with how to deal with him in the class, and he's distracting so many. It's not working very well.
Okay.
Great.
Great.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Perfect.
Jack struggles to build on positive relationships with his peers and teachers. He is often seen in the playground alone because he intimidates students. Jack also plays aggressively with the one friend he does have. After reviewing the situation, it seems to appear that every time there is an interaction with a peer, he responds negatively and aggressively. Albert Ellis created Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy, REBT, in the 1950s. Ellis theorized that irrational thinking and consequent inappropriate behavior stem from beliefs about the situation that are causing negative emotions. He illustrated this principle using the ABC model. A. Activating event or experience. B. Beliefs, individual beliefs about the event or situation. And C. Emotional consequences. The ABC model will help us explain why Jack may think the way he thinks, why he may feel the things that he feels, and why he does the things that he does. It's important that we understand ABC model because once we understand how Jack's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors interact, we can gain the power to start helping Jack change. The goal of implementing REBT is to teach Jack to think rationally about the things that upset him, and as a result, behave more appropriately. An example of how the ABC model works. The activating event. Jack is in the playground and his friend walks past him and only says hi to what he responds to, "Hi, loser." Next, we have beliefs about the activating event. Beliefs are what we think about the situation. This image shows two people in the playground. Jack might think he's maybe done something wrong because his friend only said hello to him and didn't actually stay and hang around with him. The other person might think that Jack may have just wanted some space, or the other person just really needed to rush to class. All these ways of thinking are possible, but may not be the case. Things become more interesting here because we don't really have evidence of what the other person may have thought. Emotional reaction or consequence emanating from B. Result of the belief about the situation, which includes how we feel and what we do because of our belief. For example, Jack may move into a quiet space and wonder why his friend didn't stop to hang out with him, and he may begin to feel angry over the situation. Now, he will also have a negative feeling towards his own friend. In order for Jack to control his thoughts, feelings, and emotions, we believe that using the REBT techniques as interventions will assist Jack and us on reversing his challenging behavior. The one-on-one intervention will help us identify triggers for these specific emotions, allow us to implement a stop, think, and identify approach, where Jack can identify his negative beliefs, and that will help him recognize social cues, control his emotions, organize thoughts, and readjust their behavior. He'll also be able to identify the patterns of his behavior that
You wanted to see me?
Oh, hi, come on in, sit down. Now, Jack, I just wanted to have a quick chat with you to just find out how things are travelling with you because, you know, I'm a bit concerned about your classroom behaviour. It's not like you. I just wanted to know, is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
You sure? Because how are you finding maths at the moment? You just don't seem to be interested in doing anything in the classroom.
I don't get it. It's not making any sense.
So what is it specifically that you're not sure about?
All of it.
What do you mean?
It's just every topic that we're doing, I don't seem to be able to understand it.
So how are you doing? Can you do the homework? Is that the problem, or are you having trouble
It
with that?
depends. It depends on if my mum's or my dad's.
Oh, what do you mean? What's happening
Well,
there?
one night I could be mum's, the next night I could be dad's, so I don't know where I'm going after school.
And that's just a recent thing that's happened?
Yeah, they separated recently.
Okay. So you're not actually doing any of the homework?
Sometimes I can, but rarely.
Yeah. And so are you struggling in the class? You're just not interested because you...
I just feel like I'm behind, I can't catch up.
And is it with other subjects or is it just maths that you're having a problem at the moment?
It's a couple of subjects.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's a way I can help you catch up so that you can then be engaged and be part of it. Thinking if I was able to get an extra copy of the textbook, maybe you could leave a copy at either place where you're staying, then that may help you actually get your homework done. Do you think that would be helpful?
It could help, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll organise that. To help you catch up on the work that you've missed, maybe we can organise you coming in early, say twice a week, just the two of us in a classroom, and we can just go through some of the examples and exercises. Because I think once you get on top of that, you'll probably really enjoy this topic.
Jack's behavioral issues are believed to stem from attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and oppositional defiance disorder, ODD. Both of these disorders have interrelated impacts on the student, his teachers, and his school. These adverse effects fall into three overlapping categories: emotional instability, which hinders Jack's ability to control his behavior; limited executive functioning, which negatively impacts Jack's academic performance; and an uncooperative disposition towards teachers, along with a tendency to disobey reasonable instructions. In both primary and secondary contexts, the role of teachers in early detection and intervention is crucial. Winfer et al., 2014. These disorders and behavioral impairments are routinely underdiagnosed by general practitioners in primary care, partly because of a general tendency among these medical professionals not to recognize mental health issues among children. Sayal et al., 2006. With this in mind, it is crucial to note that Jack's behavior is suggestive, but not conclusively indicative of an ADHD and/or ODD diagnosis. However, teachers should play a proactive role in preliminary detection in the absence of a medical diagnosis. The emotional dimensions of ADHD appears to contribute to Jack's externalizing behaviors. Research reveals a strong correlation between ADHD and emotional instability, which includes poor anger management skills among children and adolescents with diagnosed or underdiagnosed ADHD. DePaul and Thuna, 2014, Parker et al., 2016. In particular, ADHD and comorbid disruptive behavior disorders are found to be strongly correlated with anger management issues, along with other emotional dysregulation difficulties, including aggression and antisocial tendencies. DePaul and Stoner, 2014. In this light, Jack's potential ODD should be considered comorbid with his ADHD, such that each disorder exacerbates the symptoms of the other. Macaulay et al., 2017, observed that children and adolescents with ADHD have lower overall cognitive capacity and diminished executive functioning relative to typically developing students. It should also be noted that IQ was not associated with ADHD diagnosis, which suggests that the disorder stems from socio-behavioral factors rather than from innate or biological deficiencies. On the whole, behaviors associated with Jack's possible ADHD and ODD include frequent arguments with authority figures, including teachers and parents, even when those authority figures interact with Jack in a non-oppositional manner. Sibley et al., 2016. These behavioral impairments have been found to be strongly predictive of secondary school failure. Sibley et al., 2016. The support and treatment strategy recommended for Jack entails his assignment to a specialist for individualized cognitive behavioral therapy. In addition to their role in early detection, teachers and school officials can serve a vital function in school-based interventions. This will not only benefit Jack and his classmates, but will also counteract the harm done to school personnel. Research has shown that a high percentage of teachers who request transfer or quit their jobs cite student behavior as a primary demotivating factor. Thompson, 2011. CBT has proven effective in counteracting the adverse outcomes of ADHD and ODD-related behaviors. Educational theorists call special attention to the efficacy of school-based CBT interventions because they bypass the practical barriers inherent in extracurricular treatment programs, and they provide opportunities for teachers to reinforce positive behaviors in a more generalized context than traditional therapy settings usually accommodate. Joyce and Solkowski, 2015. School-based CBT strategies have support in the theoretical literature on school-based behavioral treatment. In the case of ADHD and ODD, because they manifest socially, psychobehavioral interventions have proven more effective than the exclusive use of medication. Scholes et al., 2011. The literature also identifies a crucial difference between school and classroom-wide strategies and individual-level interventions for students with behavioral issues. In the case of CBT for a student with Jack's issues, observational evidence suggests that classroom-level strategies have not had a desired effect of reducing oppositional and antisocial tendencies. For such students, individualized CBT interventions have proven more effective than classroom and school-level strategies. Scholes et al., 2011. One reason for this difference is that students with ADHD-related anger management and other emotional dysregulation issues have been found to be particularly resistant to environmental adjustments. Parker et al., 2016. Individual-level application of CBT is therefore stronger as an evidence-based strategy for Jack. Thompson, 2011. Within individualized approaches in particular, the role of counselors includes not only behavioral therapy sessions with students to achieve these goals, but also ongoing consultation with teachers and parents. Wallace et al., 2011. In the secondary school context, one-on-one guidance from counselors has proven effective in encouraging autonomy because of its emphasis on concrete and self-selected goals as an ongoing component of CBT. This is known as the coaching model of CBT. DePaul and Stoner, 2014. One of the most important elements in this model is the establishment of trust between students and counselors. In school-based applications of CBT, lack of trust is the greatest obstacle for students' receptiveness to therapy, and inversely, trust is the most important precondition for positive outcomes. Joyce and Solkowski, 2015. Given Jack's strong resistance against classroom-level interventions and his predilection for untrusting attitudes towards teachers and other authority figures, these findings suggest that this coaching model of CBT has a greater chance of reducing adverse outcomes, improving psychological and emotional well-being, and increasing his executive functions and cognitive capacity.
She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance. I met her on Grafton Street, right outside of the bar. She shared a cigarette with me while her brother played the guitar. She asked me, what does it mean? The Gaelic ink on your arm. Said it was one of my friend's songs. Do you want to drink on? She took Jamie as a chaser, Jack for the fun. She got Arthur on the table with Johnny riding a shotgun. Chatted some more, one more drink at the bar, then put Van on the jukebox. Got up to dance, you know she played her